Good morning, everybody. You are listening to the Cindy Cochran Show, and I'm so happy that you decided to join us. It's Wednesday, so that means it's like middle of the week. We're almost there, and but it is a, you're lucky wherever you are, other than around this area, because we are expecting rain every day. Now, I thought it was supposed to rain yesterday. Maybe it was in the evening, but I never heard it. I never heard the thunderstorms come through. But today we're supposed to have them. And, of course, our meteorologist, Richard Schischler, will let us know at the bottom of the hour what's happening and if they're still coming. So I'm just thinking, we are so saturated out in Willis, I just don't know how we're going to take any more. I just don't get it. But if you guys have a great day where you are, please enjoy every second of it, because we are so overclouded here in the fog yesterday. So we haven't had a lot of bright, sunshiny days, and we're looking forward to that. I know that right beyond those clouds, it's beautiful blue, gorgeous blue sky, and there's some white fluffy clouds somewhere behind all this stuff. So you just have to look past that. Hey, we've got Connor Halstead. Oh yeah, I know the hearts are thumping out there of the young ladies listening to this show, and his picture is right there on my Facebook, the Cindy Cochran Show, so you can go there and find out who's talking over the radio. And we're still wanting to get a date for Connor. He's so shy. No, he's not shy at all. He's a youth minister at the Conroe Church of Christ. We're going to talk about what the youths are going to be involved in this summer. And if wherever you go to church, if you have a youth program, that is wonderful. And a lot of parents that have children will, specifically go and ask for, I want to know all about your youth program before we decide if we want to become a member here and reside here. So it is... it's good to know that. And, I knew Connor when he was one of the youths in the youth group, and he grew up to be an actual youth minister. So we are so lucky and fortunate to have him. Kids love him. He's so indifferent. He has that millennialist, shut up, I'm not buying anything you're telling me, and will not, he just won't take it from the kids, and that's why they like him.
I'm convinced they blackmailed him. That's what happened. It's like, we got to get one of these kids to stick around. And that's what they did. They
blackmailed Connor?
Yeah, to stick around. Because you said he knew him from the youth when he's actually in the youth.
In the youth, yeah.
So, yeah, that's probably what happened. They got to do one of them. They got to get one of them. Have you noticed that?
Well, when he was a youth, he was a brat. Because we would go over to their house for life groups. And he was always the one you had to, Connor, shut up, we can't hear what's going on, and was making trouble and coming out and telling on his sister, or his sister telling on him, and it was that kind of thing. So no, he's a good kid. He certainly has grown up and matured, and just how proud your parents must be.
Man, it makes me feel so adult when you always talk about me as a kid and, how much I've grown and everything like that. I really appreciate it.
You got to keep remembering where you came from. You always have to know that that's what those kids went through. And but don't ever tell them any of the stories. This is what I think. Fathers should never tell their kids things they did wrong when they were younger. And kind of brag about it, or tell them it's funny. I don't think they should tell them those things. Not lie, but I don't think they should bring it up, because the kids go well, Dad did. They'll always throw it back at you. And that's why I want to do these things, because it's hereditary. My parents did the same things. I just don't think you should ever give them an excuse. That's just my philosophy. You are listening to the Cindy Cochran Show, and it is the Cindy Cochran Show. Remember that, Connor.
It is.
I was telling him about all the hearts that are probably aflutter now because you're on. I got to tell you, Samantha found out that you were going to be on. She says, please tell him I have a big crush on him. I went, okay, I will. So I'm going to do that. And she didn't. Of course, she didn't say whether that was to be on the air or not. But
she probably did not mean for that to be on the air. Yeah.
Too bad. Just too bad. No, she thinks you're great. She was so happy to see you Sunday, and she says, I got to see him. He's so, because when the first day we went to that church and you got up and stood up and did a talk. I was like, I just started crying. I went, oh my word, he is a man. He is manned up, and now he's a youth minister. No, but you're still a big kid, though. That's why they like you. That you still have the kid part of you that you can relate to, right? Don't you think that's why they like you so much?
I don't know if they like me or not, Cindy, but
see, that's the millennialist attitude that is so prevalent in your group. You just like,
just
I don't care.
Who cares? Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's not going to affect me in any way.
I'm too good for this. Yeah.
Yes, right. No, but you have been such a great influence on the kids. But I was telling people that I wanted to talk about if you're searching for a church, many people that have teenagers, have kids, the first thing they look at is the youth program. I mean, the preacher could have a horrible lisp, and it doesn't matter because the youth program is good and the kids like going there and they can't wait to go back. So it's a huge, attraction to a church if the youth program is strong.
Well, kids are people's most important thing. Parents.
Right.
They're gonna do whatever's best for their kids, regardless of whether that's the best thing for them or not. So I think that's probably what you're kind of speaking to, is that their first priority. It's like when you buy a house. You look for a neighborhood with a good school, even if the house maybe isn't your favorite or your dream house. It maybe doesn't have the kind of bathroom or closet you want. Mm-hmm. If it's got a school where your kids are going to be taken care of, then you'll be excited to be there.
Overlook it. Well, it's great because Annette Krausen, who heads up the young youth. What do you call her?
Children.
The children's. Yeah. You take care of the youths, and she takes care of the children. But it's wonderful because she is so dedicated and just loves those children and wouldn't let anything happen to them, and wants to make sure that the teachers are always happy to be there. And that's a big thing. But Samuel and Cindy, my grandchildren, 11 years old and 9 years old, since we've been going there, they do not want to miss, and they're so upset about the construction delay of the Wednesday night service that happened. They just know what to do with themselves.
Yeah, we're doing some add-ons, and it's messed up some of our normally scheduled things just due to kind of space being allocated for construction and everything. And yeah, it's messed up our programming a little bit, but it's temporary. And so,
but have you had complaints?
Well, you just did, and so there's one. But
they were.
You're the first one. Everyone else has been really on board with it and supportive, but the Cochran family apparently is not.
No, I just and I'm sure it was in the bulletin somewhere about don't come to the church because we're.
Oh, did y'all show up?
Oh yeah, we showed up. And we stood there and knocked on the door. I said, "Are we early?" No, we're never early. But no, I don't. Well, I don't know. And so somebody drove up. They had to go get something out of the building. And I said, do you know where everybody is? And they said, well, these people are meeting here and these people are meeting. But the kids were so upset. I just want to tell you that. But I don't really study the bulletins like I should. I think when I was younger, I had a bad reaction to some bulletin or something. But I didn't. I don't read them well, and I don't read over them, pore over them. I should, but the sermons are so interesting. I can't sit there and read the bulletin.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah,
I don't want to be distracted. But anyway, so if you are looking for a church, a great youth ministry is wonderful because you keep the children in activities that will help them. A lot of them are just fun, and they're just crazy activities just so the kids can have a good time, and they're kind of supervised. But the other activities that you do, you have them serving people. You have them doing things for other people and get out of themselves and do that. What do you find is the reaction when you have activities like that for the kids?
Well, it's always hard to get people. It's not even just kids, but it's hard to get people to be real mindful of others.
Right?
Just most of what we do is focused on us, and whether it's you're a kid and you're kind of focused on your problems, or even adults are focused on your family or your career or whatever. So it's hard to think outside of yourself. And so we try to do some things to help kind of facilitate or even maybe force that a little bit just to get the experience. But what you do find normally is that afterwards, people are always glad that they've done it, even if they weren't excited about doing it on the front end. Sometimes you have to kind of coerce people to do whatever whatever that thing might be, and but then afterwards, when people are helping other people, there's something I think inherently in us that likes to do that. We're built to help each other out. We're built to support each other and help people who are in need and things like that. And I think it fulfills something inside of us when we can do that.
That's exactly right. I so agree, and I'm always preaching. If you'll go make somebody else happy, you're going to be happier. It just works that way. Whether it's like, even if it's like writing a letter to somebody or making a call, or just when you see them at church, something, talk to them. Just talk to them, and you can make them happy, and you'll walk away feeling better. And so I just, I think that's just a fact of life, and a lot of people just don't try and experience or work on that. Hey, listen, we got to go to a break, and we'll be back. We're going to talk about a lot of things today, and I just like Connor being here because he's that age, just like Richard, and it's just fun to interact with this group of millennialists. Okay, don't go away. You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. We'll be right back.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the first daily talk show serving Montgomery County.
Tune in on June 7th at 1 p.m. for Veterans Air, the Veterans Hour here on your Lone Star Community Radio. Veterans Air, news, talk, and commentary for veterans, their dependents, and our military members. This month, we'll highlight the Military Veterans Peer Network with Ashley Taylor, who will tell us everything we need to know to be a veteran in Montgomery County. And introducing our new co-host, Dangerous Dan, the Muffin Man. Veterans Air. Think of us as a land nav course without a compass.
In a world where everyone with a smartphone is a photographer, unique images still stand out in local newspapers, magazines, and on the internet. Writer and photographer Brad Meyer has gained a reputation for innovation and quality, specializing in an editorial approach to portraits and event photography. For information, visit bkmeyer.com or call 281-221-4812.
The Cindy.
You are still listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. What? What did you say? Are you saying stuff under the microphone? I can't hear what you're saying. Okay.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Richard is so bad.
We're having some millennialism talk over here, Cindy.
Yes. You just don't care. You just don't.
Talk about how great Bernie Sanders is.
Yeah, about how I just go into whatever bathroom I want. I don't even care about it.
How much we love Obamacare.
All the usual millennial topics.
Right. See, I bet if I ask you, do your kids, kids under your tutelage, that just sounds bad. Do they even talk about politics? Do they even mention the word? Does anything come up about politics to them?
No, I mean, I would say that they're all like very surface level. Like they've heard like 3 talking points from dinner with their parents.
Right.
And that's pretty much where it stops for 90% of them. Like if you say, like we're in Conroe, so we can, I don't know how frankly we want to talk here, but if you said like Obama, they would say no, or if you said Hillary Clinton, they'd probably say, oh, she's the worst. And if you said, why is she the worst? Cause, and that's probably about as good as as far as it goes. Beyond like memes and, whatever searchable things are on the internet with like not having to read a full article. They know that kind of stuff. And so, but they're not, I don't think politics is in the minds of a lot of teens on a regular basis. Right.
But I just wondered if because of like the area, do they talk more about it? Samuel has had all year, I mean, from whenever it started, they put together a Trump team. So they already knew who they liked and who they were going to vote for and why they didn't like. I said, but if you're going to say you like somebody and you believe in this guy, you got to know why. You got to be able to answer that question, why. And I said, I'm sure you teach the same thing about it.
Did he have a why?
Yeah, he talked about why he wanted Trump over Hillary. And that I think there was a time about Ted Cruz. He was, a lot of his kids in his class liked Ted Cruz, and so they didn't like his team because he liked Trump. He said, why are people mad? Why are they so mad at you if you say you like Trump? This is stupid. And I said, well, it's just he's a controversial guy, and so they don't know why. But yeah, but I could say if they wanted to talk about his hair and his orange skin, but other than that, I think I liked what he says. So I said, okay, so it's funny to listen to them, and when they go to school, because we listen to news like all the time, and they get punished by, they can't watch their show, and so we're going to listen to the news or watch the news. It's pretty funny. So they've kind of grown up with that. And when the other kids don't know anything, she says, kids don't know anything about what's going on. And I went, well, I wouldn't say anything about that, because if you've made good grades on your math and your reading and all that, you could maybe talk, but you can't do that because you have done, you don't know what's going on in the science world and in the math world and all that. So, be careful about that. But it is funny. I think that when kids go to church, and did you hear the story that people that go to church more than twice a week, or at least twice a week, that they live longer? I didn't know if you heard that, but that was a study that has been done. So I just wanted to let you know, there's maybe, if you're trying to proselyte somebody, there would be a good statement to say.
Yeah, I hadn't heard that.
You have longer life.
I'll have to look it up.
And if you were supposed to have said, oh yeah, eternally.
Oh yeah, eternally.
You're gonna live longer.
Sorry,
it's okay.
I dropped I didn't hold up my side of the deal here.
No, you did not. I thought you'd be like right on that. No, but anyway, that's the study that was done. Okay, so anyway, I want to talk about the activities you've got for kids. Like, give me just a rundown of this summer. What right now from this point to, August? Just an overview of what kind of activities the kids are going to have.
Well, so we do a lot in this. The summer, the kids are out of school, and so they're available, and so we fill it probably too much. I don't know, on reflection, probably overfull with things. But this summer we're going to do. We have 4 week-long trips that we're going to be taking over from June until early August, and then in between those we try to do some service days about once a week.
Right.
Try to do some just kind of fun get-togethers, like you mentioned. We'll play games or go somewhere, do something fun or things like that. We'll do some time on Lake Conroe is a great resource right there. So
right.
We'll spend some time out there on the lake. We'll try to have some times of study or worship or things like that. Get-togethers that focus that way. But yeah, it's. We do once a week. We meet for just a meal. We'll just go somewhere, and we go to really classy places like like Wendy's and
there you go.
Taco Bell, and we do it right.
Right.
We don't skimp.
No.
And so we do all that. We do that, but several days a week there's something going on, and that's when we're not at a week-long trip, which we.
Now VBS. VBS for older people, especially that have gone to church like a long time, brings back such great memories. And VBS has changed a lot. You guys do such a production. And I know most of the churches do. They do a huge production of VBS. And then they had it at night. And so that was just strange to me. At night you're going to VBS, but the parents can come and they can be, like part of it and all that. So is your VBS, and you usually are like star of the thing. Right.
Well, they know where the talent is, Cindy, and they know it. They
take
find
advantage of it.
They utilize it.
Yeah,
so
they do.
Me and my co-lead Jeff Phillips.
Oh yes, we know Jeff Phillips.
Yeah. We dazzle them with song and dance and other things like that. We're actually a super small part of it. We get up there and we kind of lead some silly fun songs.
You get them so crazy.
Yeah, we get them really riled up and then send them home.
These kids are coming home from. They're just been waiting to get there so that they can expend all this energy, and you guys drain them of it. They go crazy. So it's great if you guys if you're at a church where they have a VBS, please make sure your kids are there, because it's good for them. It's just good for them. But I think a lot of parents dread summers because they go like, what am I going to do with the kids? Because I'm still working. I can't take off 3 months while the kids are home. And so this becomes, do you ever have to provide transportation for kids to get to things, or?
I don't, so Annette and our children kind of lead that up. I don't know. I do not drive anybody back and forth. I don't know if other people do. What we do see is a lot of friends coming with friends. People will, as the days go on, it grows and grows and grows. Day one, people will come and then day 2, they go home and tell all their friends, "Oh man, that was such a fun, great thing. Do you want to come with me the next night?" And so I think there's a lot of carpooling amongst people who are already friends.
There's another thing you got to count on: boredom. Kids after 2 weeks of being out of school, that's like what to do. I mean, they like still being out of school, but they just are bored. They don't know what to do with themselves. So I think that's what's cool, is that you keep them out of trouble as well. I hate to say that, but I think that is one of the things that you probably do. Don't you feel they stay out of trouble this way?
Well, I don't know if they do or not. They probably still get into trouble. I don't know, but
you're not. Do you do a lot? This question is wrong. Do you do a lot of follow up with the kids that you feel like are having a problem?
I just send them out. Whatever. I don't even care, Cindy. It doesn't matter. It's whatever.
It's whatever. I can go to what bathroom I want to. Have your kids talked about that? About being able to?
Not much. No. I see it. I see a lot of people on. I mean, Facebook is the place I see it most discussed.
Yeah.
But
right.
I have not had a lot of conversations with teens about things like that.
Well, if
it changes at the schools, though, that'll be interesting.
Yes.
I know that's kind of a thing that's possibly looming.
Right, and that's what they're kind of worried about, is that some of these superintendents might want to cave when the governor has said we're not going to do it. We're not going to, if you want to take your money back, because we're not going to do it. And see, that was like the fear for a lot of churches that would teach that homosexuality was wrong, because they're taking tax deductions and all that, and so if the federal government says you can't do that, that's hate speech anymore, and you lose all that, then you better be ready to lose that. And I remember being in church meetings and stuff. This is like, we need to start weaning ourselves away from, because that's coming. That's coming. So that I can imagine they're in the church at Conroe, they're having a bathroom that has all different kind of symbols sticking out of the one symbol, and explaining to people what this means. So, but here's my solution, is that if a child has this problem, this is a problem, or this is what their issue is, and this is something they are really struggling with, they need to go to the counselor at school, tell them what it is and what the problem is, and that counselor then goes and tells the principal, we are allowing this child to use the teacher's lounge, the teacher's showers, and their bathroom. I think that would solve it, because then the teachers would become so upset that they're letting somebody, and it's going to, be on, hurt them with their privacy. Then that's just, that's not it. They're not going to allow it. They're going to be so upset with it. But this will say, here's the solution without the children being involved, and you causing, parents to take kids out of school. Then, deal with it. Just deal with that, couple of kids that need that solution. Let the teachers and the principal and all those guys provide it with their privacy. Don't you think that would be a good idea?
I don't know if that would be a good
idea. I was just ready to hear you say, I don't care.
I don't know if that would be a good idea. I have no idea. I mean, I don't pretend to have, really, really, brilliant solutions here. I mean, I think what the people who are wanting to make these bathrooms more universal, part of it's probably to not single people out, which would be kind of what it is, to have to go into a teacher's lounge to use the bathroom or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It doesn't make I don't really understand, I guess. I mean, I get where the point is coming from, but it doesn't make the most sense to me.
Like what happened was before, why all of a sudden this become the problem, and that it's come to the surface. But parents of a child that was having this problem went to the schools, asked them how we can straighten this out. This became, and then it grew to, where activists jumped on board and all that, and then it became, more and more, it kind of snowballed. But these parents of this child did not want all this attention brought to them. They did not want the attention brought to the child, because can you imagine, this is what I keep trying to think of, is what it would do to the kids who stand up and say, I am this way, and they want to go into the locker rooms, and I just can't imagine how many times they'll be beat up before they leave school. They're going to be bullied so badly, because that's the only way kids know how to react to it, because they don't understand it. So if they don't understand something, they're going to be really harsh on the kids. So that's what upsets me. And the story that we told yesterday about the woman who was harassed at Walmart because someone said, you're a transgender and you got to leave. You need to leave the bathroom. She'd come to the bathroom. Now, her hair was real short. She did this like pixie cut, and she had a baseball cap on, and she was dressed, pretty manly, and she was so upset. and she was
she was not a transgender though. She was a
cisgender. A cisgender. That's what I was going to say. Find out. Cisgender means that they haven't decided yet what they are, but they're kind of in transition in deciding what they are. So that's the problem, and that is the definition. I just want to make sure everybody, because I didn't know the definition yesterday, but that's what happened to her. Okay, all right, we will be right back. You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show, and I've got Connor Halstead here, youth minister at Conroe Church of Christ, and he's and we're talking about the youths, but we're going to be talking about movies and things that are going on in and around the community, because that's what Connor likes to talk about best. Oh, we'll be right back. You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show.
The Cindy Cochran Show. Real Reality Radio.
Hello, I'm Bonita DeRosa, Animal Control Officer for the City of Willis. We invite you to tune in to Lone Star Internet Radio every first and third Thursday of the month at 11 a.m. for the Willis Hour. On the first Thursday of the month, the Willis Hour will be covering upcoming events and news about the city. Join in the conversation with your city officials and other leaders in the community. On the 3rd, we will be doing a recap of the last City Council meeting. The mission of the City of Willis is to provide high-quality services, accountability, and professional commitment to our citizens. We pledge to provide those who live, work, and visit our city an effective government that is open and responsive to the needs and values of the community. Again, we invite you to tune in on Lone Star Internet Radio every first and third Thursday of the month at 11 for the Willis Hour.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the first daily talk show serving Montgomery County.
The Conroe YMCA's benchmark adaptive programming for kids and adults is Leap of Faith. Leap of Faith is an equine-assisted therapy program serving children and adults with adaptive needs. The riders in our Leap of Faith program are working to address and manage specific aspects of their lives impacted by illness, injury, or disability. The Leap of Faith program has experience working with riders who are living with attention deficit or other hyperactivity disorders, hearing impairments, visual impairments, developmental delays or disabilities, autism, Down syndrome, multiple sclerosis, muscular dystrophy, head traumas, brain injuries, and paralysis. Our program uses horseback riding to develop self-confidence and self-esteem, to increase upper and lower body strength, assist in respiratory issues, and establish a trusting relationship between the rider and their horse. Not only do these activities aid in the physical and mental development of the rider, but they also foster self-reliance and independence. For more information regarding our program, to become a rider, or to volunteer with a great group of people, please call our Welcome Center at 936-441-9622 or visit our website at www.ymcahouston.org/Conroe.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the first daily talk show serving Montgomery County.
And you're back on the Cindy Cochran Show. Thank you so much for listening. It's Wednesday. Remember that we're here Monday through Friday, 10 to 11. And if you guys want to make a suggestion about what you should, what you'd like to hear or us talk about, or somebody that you know that would be a really cool, interview, like we have today with Connor Halstead, please let me know, and we'll get in touch with them. That'd be very cool. And if you would like to sponsor the show, imagine being able to brag to your friends, hey, I'm a sponsor of the Cindy Cochran Show. Imagine what that would do to your resume. But anyway, if you guys know somebody that would like to sponsor a show,
you could get a reservation at any restaurant.
Yeah.
You could get
that name.
Yeah, front seats to any concert.
That's right. Yeah, hey, drop that name. That's what it's all about. But the prestige of that. You can, if you want to be a part of that, go to my face page, message me, let me know this is what you want to do, and I have all this information, because right now you can get discounted prices because we're going to go FM, and it'll be a brand new start, but you'll still be able to get the rates for a while, just a while, and then once that popularity builds, then you know that you're going to get crushed with big.
Got to get it on the
prices.
ground floor right
That's
now.
exactly right. That's exactly
Cindy,
right.
I do have to help you out, though. You did kind of the old person thing where you don't say the social media name quite right.
Oh, what did I not say?
You said your face page.
Did I say face page?
Yeah, you said your face page.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's supposed to be fake book now
There we
because
go.
fake book because they found so many things that the guys, there's a lot of editing going on and restriction of conservative comments or trending things that are conservative.
Not on my wall.
Not on your wall?
Not on my. I mean,
Not on my wall. They don't.
I see a lot of it. I don't know. Maybe they are.
Well, Zuckerberg's just had a.
Is he? He's cutting. He's cutting back certain posts or something.
Well, people that worked for him. He said they were disgruntled employees, but they came out and said, people need to know this, that if it's a conservative trend, we can knock it out. We don't put it up there. So we do a lot of editing of what people, and we know it may be trending, but we don't care about that. That's not what we want people to know. So there is some of that going on, and he got real upset. He says, "No, that's not our policy." I don't care if it's your policy, dude. The problem is you got 50,000 people working for you, and a lot of these kids, don't want that up there, and that's what they're going to do. They feel like you're very liberal and that who you support and all that. So who would care? But that's what's happening, and so people start calling it fake book because they don't know, that if they're restricting and doing that, suppressing their free speech. That's just not right. The guy believes in free speech. That's why he did the whole thing, was to let people say what they want to say. But then he can decide which one he doesn't want on there.
So fake book. All right. I didn't know that. Are we also calling it face page?
No, okay, I messed up on face page.
I'm sorry.
Because I think it's my page.
It is your page.
It is the Cindy Cochran Show page. And,
on Facebook.
On Facebook.
All
yes.
right.
Thank you for correcting me.
I just want to make sure people go to the right spot.
Yeah. I want them to, because I want to give them the freedom to say where I'm wrong, and we'll bring it up, and why I'm wrong. Please give me that information. I'll read it verbatim what you say. But when we go to FM starting a couple of weeks, maybe we'll be there on FM, and we'll be out where you can get in the car, Connor, drive around, jump out in the car and drive around and listen to it. But if you have the app, you can always listen to us anywhere you go. Because I'd hate for you to be driving and all of a sudden you get past the Woodlands and you can't hear us anymore.
Yeah. So what will the range be? Have you already talked about this like a million times?
No. We got about 200,000 people in the range that we have, but it goes from. I'll let our meteorologist tell you. He's not listening to me. But it's like it goes from 1488.
I just like to listen to her explain things. It's like you said, the grandma explanation.
You're so shut. I'm proud of that. That's not a dig. I know you thought it was a dig, but it's not a dig to say that. Okay, well, give me the range. Just give me, what's the range?
There's going to be two signals, and there's no way to tell the range until it's up. To get our expectation range, how about that?
Okay.
Is with combining both signals, 104.5, 106.1, is all the way up to New Waverly, north, and to the east, all the way to Cut and Shoot, to the east. Mm-hmm. And to the south would be Shenandoah, Texas. Mm-hmm. And to the west will be Montgomery.
That's pretty far. I mean, that's
that's
the area.
Lake Conroe and all that.
So basically, and that's why we're calling it Conroe's FM, because we're covering all of Conroe. Mm-hmm. And then we're covering, I think the two cities we're covering all the way around, it will be Willis, Texas, and there's one smaller town, I think it's Panorama Village.
Hey, that's where I live.
So we'll be covering those areas completely, but the other areas will be in and out depending on what side of Cut and Shoot you live on, what side of Shenandoah, and then also the Montgomery area.
Yeah, so in case you drive through that area that is outside of the range, you can go to your app on your phone and continue to listen to the message that you don't want to miss a word of, and so you can do that.
You know, it's funny, Cindy,
yes.
Recently the government has been being proposed with an idea that not an idea, but if you didn't know, your cell phone has an FM transmitter in it. A lot of cell phones that are manufactured around the world already have an FM transmitter.
Wow.
Unfortunately for United States, is the manufacturers block it. You could say it's a conspiracy theory because your handler like Verizon and other people like that want you to stream your music and use your data. But in Europe and South America, they already come with an FM transmitter, so you don't have to use your data. You could use the FM transmitter in it.
That is so
But
great.
a lot of people don't realize that some phones, depending on, I think about 10 years ago, all phones had it.
Well,
Then when data became a big deal with your carrier, then they're like, oh, let's turn it off.
Yeah, but can you request to have activated?
Yeah, they're working on it right now. It's in the legislation about basically they're making it a law where you can't block that feature in the phone.
That would be amazing.
You can actually, I think the iPhone might have it, but you have to legally jailbreak your phone to have it. But no, it was pretty interesting reading about it because it happened about 3 weeks ago when they were talking about.
They discovered this.
Well, they're trying to put it in legislation because you can already do it with certain phones. You just have to go a roundabout way to unlock it. But right now, it's standard practice for your carriers to block, like to disable it, and they won't allow you to use it. But yeah, most phones have FM transmitters.
To know.
Wow, who knew?
I love that. Well, see, but there is the app. They can still get the app to listen to the show on their phone wherever they go, right? Because it's on the internet. So that's great because you'll never get out of our signal.
Plus,
power.
that 104.5 is prime radio real estate because people will be on 104.1.
No, we're 104. We're 104.5.
Yeah,
104.5.
People there on KRBE,
right?
They're flipping.
I love
let me see what's one more up.
Yeah.
Oh man, the Cindy Cochran Show. All of a sudden,
if they have those things where they're having to dial it like that, they're going to go around.
Nobody has those.
Nobody has that anymore. No, so I think this is going to be great, and the city, which is the partner, to this, will be able to break in when there's any emergency thing going on. So if sounds or bombs or something going off, be sure and go to 104.5 or 106.1, and you can find out what's going on, what's happening. It'll be great.
For all bomb-related news, go to 104.5.
Well, there's been so many septic tanks or not septic tanks, the hydrogen tank that a lot of people have on their property. That
like propane?
Yeah, propane. That's what I meant. Propane. Anyway, those propane tanks blow up, and people think a bomb has gone off, and it just obliterates the house and everything. If it's out in the yard, so you'll have to tune in, and we'll have a special report. Breaking news: John Smith's propane tank has blown up. It is nothing that's you to fear, and we've got it under control. And that's what we'll be reporting.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. So you have to monitor that. I think that it's going to be fun because once we get up there, and then people will be listening and they want to find out, what in the world are you talking about? What is this about? And those are the kind of questions I can't wait to answer and all that. Okay, all right. Now, shifting to a new topic, and we've got 2 minutes to talk about this before we have to go to break, is the movies. You are the movie aficionado, and you go and listen and watch and just soak up these movies. Which one would you suggest right now? Because I think there have been terrible movies that have come out.
Yeah, it hasn't been a great time for
Are they waiting for summer to start?
I think so.
Okay.
No, if you haven't seen the Captain America movie that just came out,
right,
it's really good.
I liked it. We saw you that night, and we were getting ready to see Keanu. I thought it was funny.
Did your husband like Keanu?
Let me tell you, this is how you sat.
Yeah, I like your husband, but he's not a very expressive, facially expressive guy, at least in my experience.
No.
And he did not look like he was in the mind space to go into Keanu.
No, because he thought it was something else, and Samantha told me that he had seen Key and Peele's, their movie clips and stuff like that. So I believed her. Well, we got in there, and I said, "You've seen these guys?" He goes, "No, I haven't." And I said, "No, Samantha said you've seen it." I don't know what she's talking about. I have not seen these guys. What are we doing here? And I said, "This is going to be great. Just, they have a great sense of humor." So he sat there the whole time. I'm laughing like, wow. And he never, ever laughs except one time. The time whenever, is Key the tall guy?
Yeah.
Okay. He's in the car, and he's trying to show him how gangsters wait, hold up and wait and all that. what they're supposed to be doing, and he starts playing George Michael.
Starts playing George Michael.
And the way those guys reacted, he laughed out loud. He guffawed. It was great. That was it, though. That was the only time.
Well, I was there with a couple of buddies, and they saw your husband, and they were like, and when you told us that you were going to Keanu, my friends were like, he does not look like he wants to go see a 10:30 p.m. showing of Keanu tonight.
That was the other thing. We were going to the late shows, but anyway, so and he never goes to see something like Captain America. He doesn't want to go see a movie that has any kind of special effects. Isn't that funny? And I said, honey, every movie you watch has some special effects in it. And he goes, no, they don't. I don't want that fake stuff. I don't like any of that fake stuff. I went, but movies are fake. They're not real. No, he says, I want a real, something that really happened in history, and a reenactment of it is fine, but not like when we went and saw Noah and the Ark and the rock people rose up out of the ground, those kind of things. He said, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is stupid. Now, I was watching it as a historical thing, and then that happens. So he likes to see these period pieces, and he'll watch action stuff, but not, not if it's going to be just cars flipping and all that stuff. Anyway, but I like Keanu, but you really do, I guess, need to know what that humor is and get it. And
you need to be in kind of a silly mood, I think.
Yeah.
But Captain America's really good. It's probably one of my favorite Avengers movies. I don't just lose my mind for those like a lot of people do. I mean, they're entertaining. I go see them, but this one was really good.
I thought it was better than Batman and Superman.
Yeah. I would say it was for sure better than.
It had a better story, better writing. It was funnier. It had, I just love Robert Downey Jr. Just makes it.
Yeah, he's great.
He just steals the movie every time, except when Thor's in it. I don't have to pay, but he's so. I was disappointed because I thought Thor was going to be in. Where's Thor? And they were off somewhere doing something else. They explained, but I watched him in the Winter Games. The
Winter Soldier?
No, not Winter. Maybe that was it. Winter Soldier.
That was the other Captain America movie.
No. Okay, this was the one about Snow White.
Oh, the Winter's War or whatever? Huntsman?
Yeah, Huntsman. That's what Huntsman, Winter's War.
I didn't see that movie. It did not get very...
You didn't?
It had 6% on the Rotten Tomatoes or something like that. Yeah. And so I usually
They're jealous of him.
They're just jealous. Is he your man crush?
Oh, my word. He and Ryan Gosling.
He was talking about you the other day.
Well, thank you. Would you tell him I said hi?
Oh, I will. But
but Ryan Gosling's coming out with The Nice Guy.
Yeah, that looks funny with Russell Crowe.
Yeah, that looks really.
And then there's
good.
X-Men coming out.
Apocalypse.
I'm always down for an X-Men movie. I just went and saw that Money Monster the other night with George Clooney.
Okay, don't ruin it for me. I want to see that. Do I want to see that?
It's worth seeing, I'd say. I mean, I heard some pretty negative things about it, but I liked it pretty well.
Okay, that's what I heard too. I heard some negative things about it. So okay, all right. Are we going for our final break or are we out? What? I thought so because it looks like it's.
This is our first time here.
No, it looks like we've gone past our break.
No, I gave you the signal. I said 2 minutes. I did like this right here.
Oh, I kind of probably ignored him. I'm sorry. Is it too late to say that I'm sorry? Okay, You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show, and we will.
The Cindy Cochran Show. You ain't heard nothing yet.
Rick, the reluctant cowboy, is sifting through the decades of country music to give you the best, upbeat, feel-good music he can on Afternoons with Lone Star Monday through Friday from 3 to 7 on Lone Star Community Radio, Conroe's FM 104.5 and 106.1, and on irlonestar.com.
Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's community radio station, and we are looking for talk show hosts and volunteer DJs for our music shows. Are you interested in having your own talk show on Lone Star, or have you always wanted to live out your dreams of being a music DJ? With the addition of Conroe's FM 104.5 and 106.1 and video aspects of our talk shows, we are needing people to grow with us. If you or someone you know might be interested, please contact us online at irlonestar.com/contact us, or call the station at 936-647-5747 for more information.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the most opinionated talk show on radio.
You could have left when you had time during the break to leave, but you stayed, so now you're in it. Okay.
Oh, no.
You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. Thank you for being with us today, and we will definitely be here tomorrow and the next day. Yes, we will. So you guys join us again, and we really appreciate you listening. So Connor Halstead has been my guest today. If you just jumped in, and remember, these will all be archived on YouTube if you want to listen to what you missed, because there's a lot there. Anyway, so Connor, the last time we were with you, and I never want to do anything to embarrass you ever. You know that. You know that about me. Okay. Is there any person on the horizon that we're looking at, or that you've been dating, or?
Not really right now.
There's not.
Yeah, I don't know that this is going to be the format that I'm going to really break the news to the world.
You don't think?
I'm not sure, but
Ain't your mom and dad listening today? So that
they probably are. But I'd hope that we will have talked beforehand at some point. But no, nothing too exciting going on right now. Nothing radio worthy or anything like that.
His dad wants to get him married so bad. He wants him married and settled down. I think he's jealous in a way, don't you think? Because you're having so much fun.
I think that there's a lot of people who make fun of me all the time for the level of unattachment.
Uh-huh.
But I think they also, Richard, are you single right now? Are you kind of? No, you're not.
No, he's multiple relationships.
Oh man. Okay, Holly. I know you didn't mean to hear him say
she
that.
She just has split personalities.
There we go.
That's the catch.
That's what you want to do, is get a woman with multiple personalities, and then you don't have to go out and look around.
I'm involved in several internet catfish situations right now, but I don't count that as a... Do you know what that means? That's a joke.
I do not know. What is a catfish?
That's where you make like a fake face page, and you use it to trick people into dating you, even though it's not really you. There's a whole TV show. You need to go watch it. It's great.
No. Okay. I will. That's great. So but that's okay, because you said that there's a lot of people that do make fun of you and all that, and you think it's because...
But then, I get to do a lot of things that other people don't get to do, or go on trips, or have freedom, or go to late night movies, or play in sports leagues, or whatever it is. And I think that at some level, that is pretty great for me.
Well, one of my favorite transitions when you do get into a relationship with somebody. Have you ever been in a relationship?
Yeah.
Okay, so you there's always that line where you first start dating, you have that freedom, and you're dating, and it's like the perfect world for a guy, because you go, like, you make dates with them.
Yeah, but then you're not seeing them every day.
You're not seeing them every day, and then you get to do what you want to do. And then somewhere down the line, it's like the lady just goes, "You should be seeing me every day or checking with me what's going on." And then you kind of realize you don't have that freedom.
No.
And I was like, how can I figure out where I can just go on dates with this person, enjoy our time together?
Have you figured it out?
It works.
Nice, man.
But
wait, you saying you have figured it out?
Yeah, it works, because really the most important thing is the groundwork you put in, because if they get what you're doing, they get who you are through your actions, through your dates, and if they like it, then you just don't change it.
There we go.
Well, you feel like you set your boundaries, though.
You don't give them anything.
Keep the bar really low.
But Richard,
keep it super low. Never raise that bar.
But Richard, you set your boundaries early, or did you feel like you didn't set them early enough?
You set your schedule early with them, and they get it, and then eventually they'll be like, you're not really that into me. And I'm like, why would you ever think that? And then so basically you have to be prepared for the left field. You're just not that into me.
I'm not good at that. I'm not good at making the switch, and maybe, Richard, I need to talk to you a little more about how to maintain that, because for me, as soon as I start to feel that claustrophobia a little bit, I really struggle. Like when things are like real casual and fun, I'm fine, I'm great. But when I start to feel like any sort of like, but I wanted to do this, and maybe it's because I'm super self-centered and everything like that. But when I think
I will refuse to allow somebody to make me feel bad about something I shouldn't feel bad about.
So selfish, so millennialist. Oh my word!
All right,
because you cannot say that I'm doing this because I don't want to hang out with you or be with you. That's not the reason I'm like not wanting to go on a date on Saturday night.
But see, you know what? That drives women crazy. They want
That's just
to.
Unfair,
they want to dominate
that.
They want. I'm telling you, they want to break you down from that. They want to dominate that. They want to separate you from that. Even thinking stuff like that, because they only want you thinking about what will please them.
What I love is I remember in the past when I was faced with a similar situation, I would have I would set up a form online. It says yes or no, or basically it's an approval form. And I would send it to that person saying, can I go do this? Yes or no? And to every single thing.
It's like a really passive-aggressive way.
I did it in the sense of showing that person, this is how you're operating right now. Like in your mind, this might not be the way you're doing it, the 1 + 1 = 2 thing, but in one formula or another, this is what your result, this is the result you want, is to be able to be like, yes, you can do that, or no, you cannot do that. And so it came down to everything. I sent it to basically every day. I was like, I'm going to go do this after work or after school. Yes or no, can I do this?
I think that's such dangerous water, because to me, you give an option and they're going like, this is great. I can control this guy.
Well, but if they'd clicked no, you still probably would have done it, right? You were just making a point.
No, I said no, and then and I would remind them, no, you said no on the form, so I couldn't do it. And then they're like, well, I didn't really. I'm like, well, you said no. On the form.
Hey, that's the foundation of a healthy relationship.
Yeah,
man. The form.
That prenup's going to be real easy to get, for sure. I just can't. Richard is so. I think he is passive aggressive. I think that's a very good way to say.
I like to communicate with people in the way they understand, and I have to adapt to each person how they understand. I'm still trying to figure out, because I could yell at you, I could send you emails, I can try to call you, and every single time it's, oh, I didn't know that's how it worked. Or
it must be nice to just.
I would never look at the form. I'd never know what the form was.
My last result would be just a handwritten message to you that I'll mail to you.
That means more anyways. People appreciate that these days.
He'd come up and slap me in the face. That's what he wants.
It still wouldn't work. Like, oh, I never got that.
Yeah, that's right. What address did you send that to? Oh, no, that's 1-2.
So I'm thinking telegrams. And it's a certified mail telegram. So they'll go over to the person, have Cindy sign it, and then they'll relay the message in vocal format, and then they hand the letter of a transcript of it. And be like,
you've got
please
2
sign.
more weeks to get that stuff in, and then you're not. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. Anyway, there you go. We have talked about from political stuff to youth minister, youth activity stuff, and all movies. And even relationships. So you just get everything here on the Cindy Cochran Show. Just not one subject matter. No, it's always, everything's different. So tomorrow will be different as well. You guys join us, and I would appreciate it. And tell your friends and family, and I appreciate it. Thank you, Connor, so much. And thank you for what you do. You have a hard job, and I don't know how you do it. But you deserve the rest, and not to have a clingy girlfriend. Okay, thank you, everybody. We'll be here tomorrow from 9 to 10.
Thanks for checking out this production on Lone Star Community Radio, Montgomery County's radio station. For more information on this show and other shows on Lone Star, check us out online at irlonestar.com. If you're interested in sponsoring a program on Lone Star Community Radio and reaching the local audience of Montgomery County on FM, internet, and TV media, please call 936-647-5747. or contact us online at irlonestar.com. This recording is a Lone Star Community Radio production, produced by the show host and Dick Schisler of Lone Star Community Radio. Interested in volunteering as a music DJ or starting your own talk show? Contact Dick Schisler at dick@irlonestar.com or by phone at 936-647-5747.